Long time no see.
Long time no see, huh?
4 years later. This is so stupid. Anyways, besides the point, I'm not gonna explain myself. It's been 4 years. Oh wow. K-pop. Decided I'm gonna start making K-pop content. I need to make sure I don't say too many times in this video. I was about to say it again. I'm not going to. So today, I'm gonna do a story time, and I'm going to talk about my experience traveling to LA to see BTS in concert for Permission to Dance. This was probably one of the craziest days of my life, in a good way and a bad way, because all the experience leading up to it was insane. And this video specifically is gonna be me talking about before the concert, everything that happened before the concert leading up to it. I'm also gonna talk about what happened after the concert, but I'm gonna leave my experience for everything that happened during the concert when I got there for the next video, because I actually went to Permission to Dance LA and Vegas, and I want to like make a video where I compare those two and talk about what happened, the difference, what I like better. I'm gonna get on with the video and I'm gonna talk about my story going to LA for BTS. So my flight was the morning of the concert. Now, I live in Ohio, so 3-hour time zone difference going to LA. I think I woke up at like 3 or 4 a.m. I just remember waking up and just sobbing because I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna see BTS tonight. It was crazy. Felt like a definitely surreal moment. I went with just my mom. My sister also came to the concert, but they go to college in New York and they flew to LA from New York and met up with us there. Basically, as soon as we got there, you know, we checked in to our flight and we sat down. There was a few other armies that were there at the same airport as us, and I talked to a few of them while I waited. People were passing out freebies. It was great. And we got on the plane, but my flight was Cincinnati to Seattle, then Seattle to LA. So the first flight was the longest. It was like 5 hours. The second flight was 2.5. Me and my mom got on the flight. It was fine, like the first hour and a half. We flew Delta too, so it was nice. We had the TVs and you could do whatever. Yeah. I just said that so loud. I did not mean to do that. So I need to be like, I don't know if I'm supposed to look here or here. Yeah, this is the story time about why my mom almost died. Not literally, but she passed out. I should have not spoiled that. I was really tired. I have this bad anxiety on a plane if I look out the window, especially when it's dark out. I don't know why, but when it's dark out and I look out the window, I completely freak out. So I shut the window because it was like 4 in the morning, so it was really dark. I just tried to watch a movie and I was just like laying my head back. I saw my mom like fanning herself a lot, and she told me she was gonna go to the bathroom, so she got up. I thought she was just gonna go to the bathroom and like throw up. I guess she passed out in the aisleway. I didn't know what happened. I just remember her getting up. I didn't know she fell or anything. And the like sound-to-calm thing on the airplane said like, we have a medical emergency, everyone stay calm. And I was like, oh great, like we're in the sky and we still have 4 hours, this is great. And then the flight attendant walked over to my mom. Wait, that's not what I meant. The flight attendant walked over to me because my mom was out. They walked over to me. They're like, hi, like, are you traveling with your mom? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, well, she just passed out. And I'm like, great. I was like trying not to freak out, obviously, because we were in a plane for another 4 hours. I didn't want to like freak out. With everything that happened on this whole plane ride, I didn't freak out in any way possible. I didn't get mad because all I could think in my head was, I'm seeing BTS tonight. Like nothing can ruin this day for me. With everything that's going on, nothing can ruin the day for me. So I was like, oh, and she was like, but she's okay. She's like waking up now. She's like on the ground. They're getting her like juice, and she eventually came to sit back down. She's like, yeah, I was just a little dizzy. They have like the earbuds that you can like plug into the plane to like watch movies and stuff. She like put him back in. I was trying to watch a movie, and she tried to lay her head down the headrest thing and told me she was just gonna try to go to sleep to like not feel dizzy anymore. Maybe 3 minutes later, she just comes shooting up in her seat. She starts like shaking. I thought she was having like a literal seizure. I was like, what the hell is going on? I had no words. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't really know what to do. I just saw her and I hit the emergency button at the top like 10 times and then everyone came running over. Like the first time she passed out, I didn't freak out as much as the second time because the first time I didn't see her pass out. Like they just came up and told me. But the second time when she passed out, she was sitting in her seat right next to me. And I'm right by the window too, so I'm not like in the aisleway where I can like move and stuff. Like I'm stuck there and I freaked out. They took her back. I don't really remember what happened, but then the flight attendant started filling out this paper and stuff. And she was like, are you guys visiting LA or do you live there? And I'm like, I was 16 at the time and I was just like, yeah, I'm going to LA for a concert. And she's like, what concert? And I'm like, BTS. And like, I was wearing my BTS mask too. She's like, oh, that's fun. Like, I hope you have a great time tonight. And I was like, thank you. Then my mom eventually came over again. She just kept feeling really dizzy the rest of the flight. So they had her like lay down on the seats. And the dude that was sitting next to us, felt so bad for the dude because he had to deal with all of that. But they let him go sit in first class, I think, because yeah. And then it was fine. She just like lay down. The scary part was because the second time she passed out, they said that she had to get checked out by one of like the medical people before we could go on our next flight. And if they didn't think she was okay, then we couldn't go on our flight. And I was just looking at my mom like, she's kidding, right? Like, I'm seeing BTS tonight. I'm not missing this. When we finally landed, me and my mom got off the plane first and we went with like the medical people. They said she was fine. Like she just got food after. The reason was because when you fly higher up, when you fly longer distances, you tend to fly higher in the sky. Less oxygen. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm talking about, clearly. We sat in the Seattle airport by our next flight. They gave us new seats actually. They updated our seats to more relaxing seats because of my mom's situation, which was nice. The Seattle to LA flight was my favorite flight ever. My mom still low-key was dying on the side, but not as bad. She was just like trying to sleep. Pretty much everyone on that plane from Seattle to LA, maybe 80% of the plane was all going to the BTS concert. I remember talking to people in front of me. I talked to people across from me. The best part though was this like younger teen mom in her early 20s with her kid on her lap. We were talking most of the time. She wasn't going to see BTS. She said she lived in LA and she was visiting her parents in Seattle. But that was the cutest baby I've ever seen in my entire life. We literally watched Toy Story together. And let me show you something. All my armies out there, obviously, you know who this is. This is RJ. I bring RJ on every single trip I go on. I handed RJ to the baby. This girl grabbed RJ and she went, and it was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was like, oh my God, that is the cutest kid. And I let her hold RJ for the rest of the flight. It was great. We finally landed at LAX and we met up with my sister. We took the bus to the hotel. The other bad thing about this was when we went to our hotel, our room was not ready at all. It actually wasn't ready till the minute me and my sister left for the concert, which sucked because I had to get ready for the concert in like the hotel lobby bathroom. It wasn't the worst thing in the world because they had so much space like with mirrors and get ready areas, so it looked like people do that a lot. My mom ended up not going to the concert because she felt really dizzy still. Sucks for her. It was a great concert. I'm kind of glad that she decided not to go with her condition on the plane, because if she would have passed on the concert and we would have had to leave early, I would have literally lost my mind. Me and my sister finally left for the concert. Right when our hotel room was ready, we pretty much just sat in the lobby and then we brought all our stuff in and just said, okay, we're out. That was all my experience leading up to the concert. I'm gonna talk about after the concert too, because this situation was crazy too, but then I'm gonna make a separate video where I talk about at the concert. The after the concert was a pain. Oh my God. We went to the third show. So it was a Wednesday night. Nobody wants to Uber you back to your hotel at midnight on a Wednesday night. I think we stood outside for maybe 2 hours. It was so cold. It was December 1st. I didn't think it was gonna be that cold because we were in LA, but I thought wrong. Because everyone was saying it was so hot the first 2 shows of BTS, but then just suddenly December 1st, it was so cold when we walked in. It was crazy. My phone died after the concert. My sister's was at like 5%, and they just kept trying to get an Uber the whole time, kept refreshing. Everybody else was trying to do that too. Nobody could get it. At least since my mom didn't go to the concert, She called an Uber to our hotel to come and pick her up and then bring her to us. And he wasn't charging like a crazy amount either, so it was great. Because all these people just started driving by in their vans pretending they were Uber and stuff, and were like, I'll drive you your hotel for like $200. And I was like, no thank you. I am a child. No thank you. I've never experienced getting out of a concert to be that bad. It definitely was a shock. But that's pretty much all my trip leading up to it. It's kind of crazy too how I woke up at 3 a.m. Ohio time for this concert, and the concert started about 10:30 my time because it was 7:30 in LA, and I didn't sleep at all that day, like up the entire day, and I had so much energy at the concert because like it's BTS. It still doesn't feel real. I still can't believe I saw BTS for the first time. Like, it was insane. Pretty much it for the video. My next video is gonna be talking about my comparisons. Is that the right word? I'm gonna compare my LA and Vegas permission and show and talk about what I like better. Bye.